Hey there, everybody. I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince. Welcome to Season 2 of Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Man, can't believe I'm all better after that big oral surgery I just had last week. It's good to feel better. I feel like a new man with my face all cleaned up, too. And that Christmas is all done. I have quite a treat for... Hold on a minute. I gotta take this call. Hello?
Hello, Joshua.
Who's this?
Just a certain friend of yours.
Mickey? How'd you get the number of my cell phone?
Well, your Facebook profile showed it to me, and some of my friends would be seeing how you're doing.
Well, I seem to be doing a little better now that I'm finished up, reviewing that atrocity last time, which was 8 Crazy Nights, and I'm also feeling a little bit better from what the dentist did to my gums just last week.
Oh, I see. Well, Mary Poppins and I were wondering if you were going to be doing that same Mr. Banks review.
Oh, I'm just about to get that started right away, Mickey.
Well, good luck with that, Josh. And Mary Poppins and I'll be watching.
Thanks, Mick. See you later. Mice these days. Well, now to get started. But first, a little bit of a little summary about what I might talk about. But first, I want to talk about one of my favorite films from the Walt Disney Library. Mary Poppins. I mean, who doesn't love this classical musical movie based on P.L. Travers' story? It's a story about 2 children who were the children of George Banks, a no-nonsense banker who needs to find a nanny after the last one left them after being fed up with having the kids running off, disappearing numerous times. George takes matters in his own hands of hiring a no-nonsense nanny for the kids to live by, thinking that children should learn how to face life how it is today. Thankfully, the children also write up an ad of their own about finding a nanny who would love them and sing songs and give them treats whenever they're behaving. And thankfully, the rightful person comes to their doorstep in the form of Mary Poppins. And while they spend time with Mary Poppins, they go on certain adventures, like going through wonderful, colorful countrysides, having tea parties on ceilings with her uncle, even spending time with her friend Bert. And personally, this movie is really a classic. It has by far classic songs, and an also wonderful message about family and living up to what you see and believing in yourself. My rating, 100%. Ever since then, I've always loved this film, but everyone always imagined what it'd be like during production of the film, and it was really a struggle for Walt to make this film. And just a few days ago, I saw a certain film of how this classical musical movie came to be, in the form of a bio. Now, to be honest, most bio films really didn't impress me that often. Some sports films, like Remember the Titans, were good, along with the 42 movie, which was recently, but Stark 030 and Argo didn't really impress me that often. And also, a few others were kind of forgettable. But the film I'm going to be talking about really is a remarkable masterpiece. Released on December 13th, 2013, the movie is Saving Mr. Banks. Now, to be honest, this movie is still new, so I'm still not going to spoil anything too major for you guys, even if you guys know what happens in the film. So, here's what I got for the plot. The film centers on 3 intervals in the life of P.L. Travers, shifting between 1907 with her childhood in Queensland, Australia, to her writing the Mary Poppins books in the 1930s and the negotiations with Walt Disney, and the makings of the film adaptation of Mary Poppins in the early 1960s. While in California for filming, Travers thinks back to her difficult childhood in Australia, most especially to her father, the inspiration for the role of the story's patriarch, Mr. Banks, in the film. Now, my thoughts on this film? Well, like Mary Poppins, it's practically perfect in every bit of way. the story is almost like set in real life, but it's absolutely like well told. Now, I'm going to explain a few details about the film. Just a few. Let's see. Kelly Marshall's screenplay is listed in film executive Franklin Leonard's 2011 blacklist, voted by producers of the best screenplays that are not in production. According to the 40th anniversary DVD, which was released of the movie in 2004, Disney has been working on this film in the 1940s to acquire the rights to the book, which was written in 1934, as a promise to his two daughters. But Travers had great misgivings about how her stories would be filmed. She finally relented and allowed Disney to film the story, but was so disappointed with the animated portions of the film that she refused to allow any other stories to be filmed. And to be honest, that's pretty much interesting how it was done. And also the filming settings were pretty interesting as well. Although some of the filming was originally going to be in Queensland, Australia, all filming took place in LA, including Disneyland and the Walt Disney Studios. Filming was completed around Thanksgiving 2012, and the film was finally a success. But for the Disneyland sequences, Disney blocked off certain areas of the theme park from November 6th to 7th, 2012, such as California Adventure or the Sleeping Beauty Castle, which they didn't exist that time. The park's cast members and several other guests were also hired as extras, even though I heard a rumor that a couple of my friends were hired as extras for the LA airport part. Just didn't see them, though. Now to move on to my favorite sections of these blogs, the cast. One of the main characters and my absolute hero in entertainment history, Walt Disney, is played by Academy Award winner Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks sounds almost a bit, but in an interview he said he looked and sounded nothing exactly like Walt, which is kind of true, but he does a pretty good job. To me, it almost fits. Tom Hanks was absolutely perfect to be Walt. But in order to prepare for his role, Hanks took several visits to the Walt Disney Family Museum and interviewed some of Disney's relatives, including his own daughter, the late Diane Disney Miller. Hanks also stated that Disney's notorious vice of chain smoking, which led to his death from lung cancer in 1966, would be incorporated through the course of the film. And the author of Mary Poppins, P.L. Travers, is played by Emma Thompson, who I know as Danny McPhee, Captain Amelia from Treasure Planet, Queen Eleanor from Brave, and Professor Trelawney from the Harry Potter films. P.L. Travers wasn't really my favorite character in the film. She is the author of Mary Poppins, but according to Richard Sherman, she was a bit bitchy and difficult to work with. But that's how usually people are when it comes to owners of original ideas. Now to talk about the Sherman Brothers. In case you don't know about them, they're classic songwriters. They've been working on Disney for a long time, especially with films like Sword and Stone, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Jungle Book, and several others. Even some of the songs that were in Disney's theme park, like It's a Small World or The Enchanted Tiki Room or the Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow song. And they have also been working with other non-Disney films such as Little Nemo, Adventures in Slumberland, even Charlotte's Web, and Snoopy Come Home. The Sherman Brothers are played by Jason Schwartzman and B.J. Novak. To me, their relationship when it comes to writing the songs for Mary Poppins is almost like the similar relation of Orville and Wilbur Wright, except they're inventors, but their brotherly team is similar. And also to note about it is young P.L. Travers, which is nicknamed Ginty, is played by Annie Buckley. To be honest, I like this version of Travers better than her adult English form. It's kind of a little bit more childish, and I kind of like that about her. Ruth Wilson plays Travers' mom, Margaret, and the other actor I want to point out is Travers' father, Travers Robert Gulf, played by Colin Farrell. He's also a great character to note, and And basically, that's all I have to say about the film. But also, there is also Bradley Whitford as Don DeGrady, the co-writer of the 1964 movie. And Kathy Baker is a trusty studio executive named Tommy. Now, however, I can't really end this blog without addressing a certain elephant in the room. Sadly, before the movie could be released to theaters, Diane Disney Miller, Walt Disney's remaining daughter, passed away. On November 19, 2013, she passed away. And it's also pretty sad, in Napa, California. And she was only 79 years old during the time when she died. It's sad, though. May you rest in peace, Diane, and may Walt take care of you while you're in heaven. Now for my final words about this movie. Overall, Saving Mr. Banks, like I said, is practically perfect in every way, and also some parts of it did get me a bit teary-eyed, and I also couldn't help but singing to myself and tap my feet to the music. However, there are some parts that I had to nitpick about, like the settings, which is also a bit need to improve. Like when they're filming in Disneyland, some of the scenery in the background didn't quite exist during the 60s. I mean, if you see the movie yourself, you know what I'm talking about. And also, there is also one part where Walt just says, damn, at one part. But overall, this film is really a must-see movie for a whole family, especially fans of Mary Poppins. So, as Mustang Prince and a Disney supporter, I give this film the highest rating of 100%. Tom, Emma, Walt Disney would be proud of you too. Well, that's all for now, guys. I'd like to see you again soon for my next vlog. Mustang Power! Wonder how Mickey thought of this review. Maybe I should call him back.
Hello?
Hey, Mickey, did you see what I just said about the film?
Oh, yes, you did. You did a good job. Mary Poppins liked it, too.
Great.
So, what's your next plan for 2014?
Well, I'm not sure yet. But I'm hoping to be ready to return to Oz soon, the musical theater village.
Oh, that'd be great. Also, you're planning to review the upcoming Legend of Oz film later this year, are you?
No doubt about that, I'll do it.
And I'll be looking forward to having you back to Disneyland soon.
You can count on it, Mickey. See you later.